to a new video, and today we are doing a pickups. As you can see, a lot of stuff I've been sitting on since March, and I want to get this put up, so gotta knock this video out. I don't want to do them in like periodically, like in bits and pieces. I want to get it all knocked out in one and show you guys what I got here. So let's get started. First game here, Resident Evil 3. My buddy Elvis Royal hooked me up with this, and it was a good experience for me. Being Resident Evil 3 is my favorite game in the original trilogy. This one, unfortunately, they take stuff out of it that was in the original. They add stuff new, but they take the original stuff out of it, which is kind of lame. You know, I feel like remakes should keep everything that was in the original, but add more into it. You know, fix a lot of stuff. This one feels like it was more of a DLC to Resident Evil 2, which I believe it was, and then they decided to tack it as its own game, add the Resident Evil Resistance, I think it is, to make it a full price game or whatever like that. But it was underwhelming, but it's still a fun game. It had potential to be really good, but unfortunately Capcom rushed this out the door or whatever reason. Lots of issues with it, but still a good experience. I just wish they were able to utilize Nemesis better and have him out more. The epic clock tower battle was not what it was from Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil 3, so I'm not trying to rag on it, but if you can find a game for $30 or less, definitely pick this one up. Next game here is Granblue Fantasy Versus. This is based off of a mobile game and anime series that's actually on Netflix right now. If you remember games like fighting games like Guilty Gear, the newer Guilty Gear games, how they're 3D but they're actually playing 2D, that's how this game is. The hand-drawn stuff, really nice. I'm not too familiar with all the characters as of yet, but it seems like a good game. I got this for around 20 bucks with trading credit I had, and usually I wait on these type of games, but I don't think this game is going to get one like a complete experience. I would say, like with all the characters on the disc, they're gonna have a couple DLC characters, and then they'll just put it out like that, you know. So, but if I'm wrong, whatever. But anyways, going back to the game, I think it's a pretty good fighting game. Got your combinations, your super moves and stuff like that, and you even have a story mode into it if you want to dig deep into the storyline. I definitely think it's worth having. I like fighting games. I'm not that good at this game, but I like playing it. So if you want to try this game out, you like the footage you're seeing here, you might want to pick this one up. Now I'm randomly just grabbing games out of this crate here. Alright, so next game, oh wow, this is a big one. You guys don't like this one, but I think I have to grab another one here just to make sure it's all together. Where you at? There we go. Alright, so next game here, Streets of Rage 4. Now, Streets of Rage 4, I've been looking forward to ever since they announced it. I wasn't impressed when they first initially showed the announcement because they just showed Axel. I said, where's show everybody, man? I got to see more characters than that. I think they just showed Axel and Blaze. I don't think I got pumped for it until I saw Adam when they showed the Adam one trailer for it. Adam's from the original game, one of the characters I used in the original game. He hasn't been in the game since this one, and they tried to replace him with his brother Skate, but I never liked Skate. Skate was just like, he's too weak. But he got moves, but he's just not a fun character for me to use. But anyways, this is probably one of the best Streets of Rage games of all time, actually. The fighting system in this one is what I would call combo heavy. So you're trying to do like combinations in this game, like as many hits as possible before your enemy actually hits the ground. It's really cool. Like you could knock up certain enemies with moves, and you could like just tack on another move to hit them with it. It's pretty cool. Or super moves, stuff like that. It's pretty cool stuff. What I would call, this game has a lot of armor piercing moves or whatever like that. So enemies won't like react to certain moves. Like if you hit them, they'll still like come after you sometimes, and that way you could do like certain other moves that you could do to keep the combination going, I guess. It's good stuff. It's different and it's a lot of fun. I think they did a good job putting it in this game, making it a bit different from the first three games. Did it miss the mark anywhere? No, not really. I mean, they could have made Shiva a playable character out the box, but still, I like what we got here. I mean, it's better than not having any Streets of Rage because Sega was not going to make a Streets of Rage game, so somebody else had to ask them to do it. So thankfully, another company did that, and we got the game. So Streets of Rage 4, check that one out. I thought I had all these prepared here to grab, but I'll just grab them as I can. Next game here, Disaster Report 4 for the PS4 and the Switch. Now, I've been following the disaster report games for a long time, ever since they came out. I still remember getting the first one when I was in the Army, and I was on CQ duty, and I had to do 24-hour duty pretty much, but I got the TV down there, and I was playing it, and I beat the game. Really a lot of fun. So the game deals with natural disasters. You trying to survive natural disasters. Each game is pretty much has a different one. Like the first game was earthquakes. This one, the second game had like flooding. I never played the third game. The fourth game has to do with earthquakes and buildings collapsing and stuff like that, and little mini storylines and stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. But it's nothing different from the other games really. It's just more of the same, I would say, with better graphics. If you see this one out there, unfortunately, it had a limited release, and the game is like, I would say, it's going for a little bit of money now. So over the retail price that was $60 for it. Some people were saying I'm gonna wait till it gets cheaper. I was like, no way, this is not gonna get cheaper, dude. I knew it, so I'm glad I picked both of them up. Got the Switch version for portability, pretty much, but it plays better on the PS4, just so you guys know. So there you go, Disaster Report 4. Next game we have here is Blazblue. This is Central Fiction for the Switch. I talked about this game before, as I believe I talked about it in a pickup on the PS4 version. Pretty much the same. It was very cheap, and I got it just for the portability of it. It's nice to play a Blazblue. I say Blazblue because people hate the way I say it. So Blazblue. It's good to have a portable version of the game. It plays well from the next to the PS4 version. I haven't seen any differences besides maybe slightly longer load times, but that's no problem. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Blazblue. I mean, I talked about it enough before on the channel. Alright, so next up we have Final Fantasy 7 and 8 Twin Pack. These games are like the remastered versions of the original games, and they added some cool stuff to them. So basically, you could actually use, like, you could actually fast forward battles to make them go faster, story as well, text and dialogue to speed things up. You could also activate your limit breaks pretty much, or your special moves at any time if you do a certain option on it. So it's kind of a cool version to play it, especially if you play the original versions and you kind of just want to go through it or whatnot. Also, for new people who want to play the game, it's also a good experience for them to see the original games before they check out something like Final Fantasy 7 Remake. And Final Fantasy 8 is not going to have a remake, but still, that's one of my favorite Final Fantasy games of all time. It is my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time. I don't care what anybody says. I love the junction system. I was able to master it, and that's all there is to it. So if you see this one, pick it up. Next game here we have AeternoBlade Part 2. I got this randomly. I just wanted to try it out. It seemed alright. It's not really... it's definitely what I would call today a budget title. The original game came out on 3DS, and this one decided to come out on Switch and PS4. You get to play as 3 characters as you go on through the story, and each character plays a bit differently. You solve puzzles, beat up enemies, fight bosses in 3D. Most of the game is like played in 2D, but when you get to a boss, you fight like in 3D environment. It's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, that's all I can really say about it. AeternoBlade II. All right. So you guys heard me talk about S Parade on the PS4 before, so nothing really more different about the Switch version besides, I'll be able to take this game on the go. It's probably it's a good looking shooter, and I'm happy M2 is actually putting these shooters out there, man, because the shoot 'em up genre tends to be what I want to say forgotten about in a way. It's a niche crowd for it, and a lot of the games don't get physical releases, so thank goodness for M2 bringing these out. And the game is in English, so you can play it in English. Even though you buy it from Japan, the game does play in English, so on PS4 and the Switch. So check that one out. All right, man. So much stuff to go through here, man. I'm so excited. Next up we have here is Dead or School for the Switch and the PS4. Now, Dead or School, when I played this one, you play this girl. Basically, society's been torn apart. People live underground in the subways, and because the zombies and monsters have taken over, so they're trying to survive underground. And I believe the lady's daughter, our granddaughter, decides to take up a sword and fight back or whatnot. I can't remember too much of the story. It's been a couple months since I played this one, but it feels like what you would call, I don't want to say Metroidvania, but maybe that's the best way to kind of the title of this game in a way. Action Metroidvania. You got combinations. You get guns, swords. You help different people out. You get upgrades during the game. And that's basically all I can really say about it. I mean, like I said, you're seeing the footage here. You can judge for yourself if it's something you want to check out. But Dead or School, physical copy sold by PlayAsia. Alright, so next up we have here, I've been waiting for this for a while. This is Azure Striker Gunvolt. Well, Azure Striker Gunvolt Striker Pack for the PS4. The original version came out on the 3DS. Then it came out on the Switch. It was my first Switch game. Now we're getting the PS4 copy, which is the system I want to play it on. I can't say enough good things about this game. Indie Crates has been around for a long time. They were making a lot of Capcom Mega Man games in the past, and now that they broke off and they're doing their own thing, they're even more amazing, making their own IPs and own franchises. It's pretty awesome. And if you haven't played the Striker Pack Gunvolt games, I mean, you are totally missing out, man. They're a lot of fun. They're reminiscences of what I would say the Mega Man X games, very similar to those. So if you like what you're seeing here with the battles and the fighting, you got to check this one out. As of right now, I think it's going for only like $30 on PS4. Not sure about the Switch copy or 3DS copies, but I'm telling you guys, you got to pick this game up immediately. Write this game down right now. All right, moving along here. I got Blazblue Cross Battle for the PS4. This one is what I would call the definitive version of the game as of right now. I don't think they're going to make another complete version of this. So the original version was pretty bare bones. It was missing a lot of stuff. And they decided to make this special edition, which we call 2.0. And they give you the Season 2 characters embedded on the disc. The Season 3 characters, I believe, are like their code. But still, it feels more of a package than the original game did. And this version was only available in PAL territories, and I think in Japan as well. This is from by P-Cube, the company who made those. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. But anyways, Day 1 edition comes with a manual. Well, not manual. What am I talking about here? Let me get to the art. It's an art book and a complete game, pretty much. I hate how you can't get that out of there. All right, there we go. So art book and. Yeah, art book, and does it come with a manual? All right. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It comes with like a code, a voucher code for the other characters. But anyways, if you decide to get this game, this is the one to get as of right now. I don't think they're going to make another version of it. I don't know if it's that popular, but still, you're seeing the footage here. Let me know what you think. All right, back again. Next game here is Circuit Breakers for the PS4. From what I remember playing this, my buddy Marcus got this a while back, and he said it was a good game, so I decided to pick it up. It's more like an arcade top-down shooter game, like a twin-stick shooter, I would say. Up to 4 players, if I remember correctly. 4 players. Network features, don't know if it's online, but there might be a high score system. It says multiplayer 2 to 4 players, but it doesn't say online, so I'm not really sure. But either way, if you want to feel nostalgic about twin-stick shooters, definitely something to pick up if you like what you're seeing here. It's pretty basic. You get, I believe you get to choose between 4 characters. They all seem fundamentally the same from what I saw, but I could be wrong about that. Got to get more into this one, but definitely want to show you guys this one. I got this. Shout out to Colossus. I decided to get this again. I got the original version of this, my original version of this, like about a year ago. And when I played the game, when you played the original and beat it, you play this one, you know what you're getting into, and it feels so weird, man, because, not to spoil the story or anything like that, but knowing what you're doing in this game, you kind of feel bad. So I'm like, man, I couldn't get with it, but, you know, I said I want to give it another chance. I found it for cheap. It's definitely a showcase title you want to have on your PS4 if you want to kind of like see what the PS4 is capable of, I would say. If you haven't experienced this game, it's definitely something to check out. Yes, it's better than the original, but I wish they fixed the controllers a little bit to make the controls more manageable. But either way, you'll get used to controls once you play this game. Epic story, fascinating game. So shout out to Colossus. Check this one out. All right, one I'm happy about getting here. that I beat the first one and loved it. And I loved the main character of the first game too. A lot of people were like didn't like the first game's character that much. I did, but here is Watch Dogs Part 2. Watch Dogs Part 2, from the get-go of this game, just from the beginning of the game, I think the game is amazing. It's better than the original. I like what I'm seeing here. You have a team of people you work with in this game. The story, it seems like it really pulls you in. I'm really enjoying myself here. And I wanted to wait for a complete edition of this game to come out. I don't think that's ever going to happen, so I went ahead and got this one. I think it was like $5 at Best Buy or $10. I went on sale, so I went ahead and picked it up. And like I said, this game is just something really cool, man. I mean, Ubisoft, I'm glad they created this IP, the Watch Dogs IP. They're pretty amazing games. I just wish they would have kept the first game to what they showed us in the first trailer for it, how the graphics looked in that one. I wish the game looked like that. But hopefully they won't try to trick us anymore with those BS trailers. But if you see Watch Dogs 2 on the cheap, definitely pick it up, especially with the sequel coming out. Well, I guess I'd call it sequel, Watch Dogs Legions or whatnot. Alright, so you guys have probably seen me play this with my friends online, the Media Glitch. This is the Strange Brigade. Definitely what I would call a hidden gem for the PS4 and Xbox One X. 4-player co-op online. We actually went through this game, beat it. I don't want to say it's simplistic or anything like that. You know, you have weapons, you're hunting for treasures, you're going through the levels. It's pretty basic, I would say, but it's still a lot of fun when you have people with you. Me, John, and Joel, I mean, it took us about a couple weeks to beat this game on playthroughs on our Saturday streams, and I had a great time doing it. I just wish that there's a lot of DLC for it, or extra levels and stuff like that. But for me, I'm just sticking with the base game because this, I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to hunt for all that stuff, like get all this DLC, new levels and stuff like that. I just want to play the base game, and that's what I got here. So anyway, Strange Brigade, check this one out. Next game here, Warhammer Vermintide Part 2. I got this because me and my buddy Marcus, we beat the first game, and I figured we would play this one. And we did play it for a little bit on our stream, but and this game plays like Left 4 Dead, I would say, but it's more like in the Warhammer times if you're into that series. But I wanted to play this game and beat it, but Marcus unfortunately dropped the ball. He let me down. He stopped playing it with me, and the game's just been sitting here. So hopefully I could talk Joel and John to play this with me, because Marcus he's too busy. He's got all this stuff going on. So Marcus, it's all right, man. I forgive you. But they'll cover it down for you, man. But anyways, Vermintide. The footage you're seeing here. If you like it, check it out. All right, next up we have I almost said Metal Gear. Metal Slug 3 for the PS4. I picked this one up because I believe it had online capabilities. I traded a friend for it, and he wasn't going to play it. And 1 to 2 players, 2 players online. I guess you could do the share play thing or whatnot. But Metal Slug 3, I decided to get it because it had upgraded abilities pretty much. It wasn't just a port over from the PS2 version, I don't think. I think it was just I believe it wasn't, but yeah, it shouldn't have been. But anyways, Metal Slug is your running gun games. Very well done by SNK back in the day. Metal Slug 3 is supposed to be the big hurrah in the series. Like, it's supposed to be the best one. It's not my favorite one, but yeah, I think it is one of the best games in the series. And if you want to know what my favorite one is, you guys will laugh, man, but it's probably between Metal Slug 4 and 5. Alright, so next up we got Wolfenstein series. I'm just going to grab them both. Wolfenstein 1 and 2 for the PS4. I'm almost through the first one. About halfway through it, and then I played a DLC. I played a bit of the second one as well, and I liked it, so that's why I went back and got the first one. These are great games, guys. I mean, seriously, if you like a story-based first-person shooter game, like a really heavy story, this one is it, man. The story is outrageous. Jason was telling me about this game a while back, and I was like, nah, I don't know, Jason. And I played it. I said, wow, dude, yeah, I gotta pick this up. So, let me know what you guys think about the Wolfenstein series. Hopefully, maybe sometime this year we'll hear about Wolfenstein 3 if they're deciding to make that. I'm not really sure, but who knows. Alright, so I think we're out of the PS4 games. Now we're going to grab my PS3 games that I have here. I'm going to try to do them by the system instead of mixing them all up. So I got these when X was here visiting. We went to Half Price Books and they had a sale, and the sale had like 50% off sale or whatever like that. I can't remember. And I picked these up. These are our Atelier. I call them the Iris games because I had the first one. But here's Atelier, Toro, Ayesha and Logy, Ayesha and Meruru. Man, they got some funky names, but hey, whatever. But anyways, got these games. I'm just going to show one of them in the footage here. Basically, these games are, I almost call them Artenolico. These games are pretty much like, they're RPGs where you create items for your characters. You're an alchemist, and you create like potions for yourself. It's not really like you go to the store and buy a lot of stuff. You create everything in this game, and they do it really well. The game's graphics looks good. The story is told in a good way. These games are so popular, like almost 2 come out a year sometimes. Like they had one come out at the beginning of the year and then one later in the year. That's how popular they were. So all of them have pretty much been coming out to America since Atelier Iris, I believe, and which is my first one I played in the series. And yeah, so anyways, guys, check these games out if you like what you're seeing here. All right, next game here, Azura's Wrath for the PS3. I talked to Joe about this game a while back, and this is one of those games where you kind of like have to download the ending for the game or whatnot. But I picked this up because they had it at my what you would call convenience store, and he had like a consignment booth, which has a couple of games here I'll show you in the video that were there, and I went back and picked up. But they had Azura's Wrath, and it was for, I think it was $5.99 I picked it up for, so I said why not. I haven't really played too much of it yet, but still, it's a cinematic experience, I would say. That's the best way I can describe this game. It's fun, and if you want to know more about it, ask Joel. He'll tell you all about this game. Oh man, one of the best Dynasty Warriors games out there, and that is Dynasty Warriors Gundam series. Not necessarily Part 3, but I haven't played all the way through it yet, compared to the first 2. But it's pretty much more or less the same. This one did change the voice acting in the cast, so I don't like that. Like Master Ayesha is voiced by somebody else. It doesn't sound right. But either way, if you like the Dynasty Warrior Gundam games, you can't go wrong with this if you see this one. I have all of them now, thankfully. And yeah, like I said, if you're a fan of that series, you can definitely pick these up. Yaiba, Ninja Gaiden Z, is something very different in the Ninja Gaiden series. A lot of people overlook this game. And it's unfortunate, because it wasn't the same as the other Ninja Gaiden games, but it's still something really good to be had here if you check this one out. It plays a bit differently, but it's still a lot of fun. And if you can find this for cheap, I would say definitely pick it up, guys. It's a cool slashing experience. All right, that's done with the PS3 stuff. Now to move on to the PS2 stuff. The Italian Job for the PS2. What can I say about this game? It is a budget title, but it's a good budget title. Basically what they did, to follow the story, they don't show any character models or anything like that. They just show the cars pretty much, and the story talks over the cars pretty much. So they didn't have to do character models or anything like that. So the driving is fun. You do timed events, try to get to places and everything like that. It's fun, and it adds story to it. So if you like what you're seeing, you might want to check it out. And next up here, we have the exclusive to the PS2, Crimson Sea Part 2. Yes, Crimson Sea. If you're looking for Crimson Sea Part 1, then you're looking in the wrong place because it's only on the Xbox. But Part 2 came out on the PS2. It's a fun game. Haven't played it in a long time, but it's very unique. This game was kind of like to celebrate Cole's 25th anniversary, I believe, back in the day. So check this one out if you like what you're seeing here. All right, one lonely Xbox game. We got this at Goodwill. Here is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've always wanted to try this one out. I actually was looking for the second one, but randomly found this one, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So I seen Jason and Paul play this one before. I think they were playing this one, and I liked what I saw. I wasn't a big fan of the series back in the day. Only episodes I remember is the one where those where the whole town couldn't talk, and those freaking monsters would come after people while they were sleeping. And it was called Silent Night. It was a weird episode. It was like a 2-episode series, a 3-episode. It was actually pretty scary, man. One guy, he freaking was asleep, and he wakes up, and these 2 monsters are standing in front of him, and he can't scream or whatever. Like, they try to scream, but and then the monsters are kind of like laughing, and they grab a knife and just they go to town on him. So pretty crazy stuff. But anyways, Buffy the Vampire Slayer for Xbox. All right, so that's the one lowly Xbox game. Now we're gonna go with PS1 games, I think. This was gifted to me by Sar Morrow, King of the Fighters 98. He knew I was looking for this one. I have all the King of Fighters games for the PlayStation now. I know they're not the best port to the series, but still, I like them because they're King of Fighters, one of my favorite fighting games of all time. Lots of different characters to choose from. Good music as well, even though the music in this one sounds kind of muted in a way. But yeah, check these ones out if you have a way to play them. Good old King of the Fighters 98. Next game we have here is Fist. Now, the only reason I picked this game up is because I kind of saw like I saw how the art looked on the cover, and I thought it looked like a cool game. And then I saw the animated cutscenes they added to the PlayStation version. I said this might be a fun fighting game to play. It reminds you of old school fighting games in the PlayStation's life cycle. I would say early life cycle, like Battle Arena, Toshinden, maybe stuff like that. But I can't really say any good things about it because it's just, I mean, it's okay. It's pretty basic, but it's called Fist. What's nice about this edition of the game, it comes with like a little soundtrack, mini soundtrack, I believe. Yep, it does. And it's based off another fighting game series that I can't remember. But Fist for the PS1. Check that one out. And next up we have here Wing Over and Wing Over 2. So these are the PAL versions. These are flight simulators for the PS1. And very good ones, I think, too. I'm shocked that these didn't come over to America. But I don't know. And part 2 is more the same. It's more friendly, I think, than the first one is. So you might want to play this one over the first one. But like I said, they're not very, like, what I would say, like, easy games to find. So if you find these, and if you really like flight simulators, then maybe you want to try these out. These are the PAL versions of the game. So the footage you're seeing here is from those versions. Alright, so next we have Impact Racing. Impact Racing is pretty much what I would call like Road Blaster, new age Road Blasters game. You chase enemies, you shoot them down, you win pretty much. It's pretty cool stuff. Older game for the PS1. I thought it had a long box, but I guess it only came in a jewel case. But pretty basic with that, you know. Yeah. Next up, I finally got Evil Zone for the PS1. Evil Zone is one of those fighting games I always would look at, but I would never take it seriously. I would never buy it. It was always going for $10, and I just never I didn't want to buy it for some reason. I don't know what it was. I think what it was is because the cover said it's published by Titus, and Titus has a reputation of publishing bad games. I would say Superman 64 and a bunch of others. I think that's one of the main reasons I ignored it. But once I played it, the game was actually really good. I mean, it's a traditional fighting game in a sense, but it's different in a way that it kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it's something you should definitely check out if you want to play something a little bit different. Next up is Space Debris. Space Debris, I picked this up. This is like kind of like Star Fox if it was for the PlayStation. This is my second copy. I already had a copy of the game. I forgot that I had it, and I actually got an extra one. But Space Debris is pretty much an exclusive game to PAL territories. Plays like Star Fox. It's actually really good. I can't say anything else. I can't say really anything bad about it. I mean, I had fun playing this one, and I recommend it to anybody who can get their hands on it. Lots of voice acting to kind of carry the story. You can write your name in for your high score, which is nice. That's pretty old school. But yeah, and it's DualShock compatible, so you have that vibration. So when you're flying your plane. What I remember about it though, it's been a while since I played it because I did a review on the channel about it. the boss battles can tend to take a long time sometimes. Or the levels could be kind of long, and then you get to a boss battle, you're like, damn, dude, this boss is tough. I mean, not tough in a way, but just has a long energy bar. But once you get used to things, everything will flow. So Space Debris for the PS1, that is knocking out the PS1 stuff. Now we're going to the PSP stuff. And most of these PSP games, I had to thank my buddy Kyle for these, man. He was telling me about these games and he sent these to me. So here is Buzz Master Quiz. Still haven't opened it up yet, but my buddy Joel's played this game. He likes it a lot. He has it with the little, I think the controllers and everything like that. So check that one out. What else we got here? Pixel Junk Monsters Deluxe, which I haven't played yet. I remember seeing this game all the time, but I never really took a close look at it. But it looks pretty unique. Then we have Metal Gear Acid 2. Yes, Metal Gear Acid 2, folks. Metal Gear, like on an acid trip. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But there's that one. Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. Enough said about that one. Here's one. Skate Park City. This game, I actually did a video about for the PS2 version and the Wii version. The Wii version came out to America and it's called Skate Park Heroes or something like that. And then the PS2 copy was only released in the PAL territories. It's called just Skate. But this one's called Skate Park City. And it basically reminds me of Jet Set Radio, just without you having to like tag stuff up. But you're pretty much skating around the city doing tricks, you know, going along with the story and everything like that. Pretty cool stuff, man. I'm surprised this game didn't come out in America on the PSP or the PS2. But it's definitely worth having. I think this is an awesome game. Skate Park City on the PSP. Then we have Locoroco, which I never got into these series, but it looks pretty cool though. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a main game for me, but I'm going to try it out and see. So there's those games right there, my PSP. Alright, so we're winding down here and we could take a quick break.
What happens in the year 2020?
Alright, let's take a look here. Madam Cleo, predict the future. Alright, flip these cards over here. You see? Oh, what do we have here? Yeah, looks like China is going to... Wuhan, China is... People eat bats there, you see. And it's unsanitary. Apparently... it looks like they made some kind of virus and released it upon the whole world, you see. There's also something here. Looks like you have to wear a mask. People wear a mask right here on the chin, you see, right on the chin. Looks like we might have some riots coming up, you see, and murder hornets. That's a thing you're going to see, too. Call Madam Cleo now.
Call 1-800-980-8637 for your free tarot card reading now.
Alright, guys, we're winding down here. Kinda. Alright, next games here. 2 Saturn games. I got Gale Racer for the Sega Saturn. A really cool racing game. It kind of reminds... Well, if you guys seen that movie Encino Man, this game was featured in there under its American name. But the reason I picked this one up because you're pretty much... You're racing from... Your view is from inside the car pretty much. So you can actually see on your rearview mirror, like you have Sonic running around and everything like that. It's pretty cool stuff like that. Early Saturn game. Definitely something, if you like old school racing games, something you might want to pick up. If you like the footage you're seeing here, you know, go off of that. Next up here, King of the Fighters 96 for the Saturn. King of the Fighters 96 is probably one of my favorite ones in the series when it comes to the storyline, I would say. It always changes though. Sometimes it'll be like King of the Fighters 97 or whatever. I don't know. Right now it's 96. Definitely one of a changing point in the series, I would say. Is it a must-have? Hell yeah, all of them are. Alright, one Dreamcast game, Charge and Blast. I didn't know about this game, and I kind of found out about it randomly. It's pretty much like what I would call a gallery shooter in a way, where you kind of like reminds me of like games like Wild Guns and Blood Brothers. How you're at the bottom of the screen, you're kind of like shooting enemies that come at you. Pretty cool stuff. Very basic, feels very arcade-like. So I can't really say too much about it because I haven't beat it yet. But it's definitely a must-have for the Saturn for me. A lot of people don't know about this game. So like I said, if you like the footage you're seeing here, it might be something you want to add. Now we're going to 3DS. So Epic Mickey Power of Illusion. I like this game a lot. It's a good 2D platformer. The only problem with this game is that there's too much talking, and you can't really skip too much of it. You know, if you can skip past the talking points, this game probably get an award maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. But it's definitely something cool if you like the Power of Illusion series. There's the ones on there's one on the Wii, and then there's the sequel, I guess. So there's 3 games in all pretty much. But yeah, check this one out if you can find it on the cheap. Next game here, Boulder Dash XL 3D. I picked this up because I found it extremely cheap, so I said, why not? The Boulder Dash games aren't really my cup of tea. I like Boulder Dash EX on the Game Boy Advance because that adds like a little cutesy story to it. But this one, I don't know. You would have to judge from the footage you're seeing here. I don't know, guys. You guys let me know. And a new Track and Feild for the DS. I've had this game multiple times, and this time I'm finally keeping it. A very unique game to have on the DS. I remember growing up with the Track and Feild games, especially on the Nintendo. My brother was really good at it, so every time I see a Track and Feild game, I always have to take a look at it. And this one's a really good one. Konami did a good job on this one. These are kind of like, well, one of these I got again because I sold my other one. But we got Roadrunner, not Road Rash, sorry. Roadrunner for the Nintendo. I remember playing this in the arcade. My dad took me to Bullwinkle's, and I played this. I was like, man, this game's awesome. Why don't they have a Nintendo version? Years later, I found out there's a Nintendo version on a Tengen cart. Information was hard to find out back then, whether games existed or not. It was insane, especially as a kid. But I can't really say too much good stuff about the NES port. A lot of people had complaints about it. I liked it for what it was. You know, if I played it when I was a kid, I probably would have liked it even more. But as of right now, as an adult, you know, you probably want to just play the original version, arcade version, for the best. Because that's the best version. Next up, we have Magic Johnson's Fast Break. You know, this was just $1, so I said, why not? Magic's on the cover. I mean, it's more of a novelty piece than anything. Is it a good game? Yeah, it's up for you to judge. I mean, it's funny seeing Magic Johnson calling fouls and calling backcourt violations and stuff like that. It's hilarious because you see his face and he has a smiling face and everything like that. It's funny, but yeah, man. I had to pick this one up because of Magic. All right, winding down here, man. So you guys like Game Boy stuff, right? I got you covered. All right, so the Game Boy stuff here. I got most of these, I think, when I was out with... No, I got that one online. But I got a lot of these when I was in Arizona. So first one, we got Paperboy and Rampage on the Game Boy Advance. Pretty much basic ports of these games. Picked it up because it was cheap. You know, Paperboy, Rampage, nothing really to make you jump up for these games. Chicken Shoot. I got this because I liked the graphics on it at the time. You know, it's a gallery shooter, but it was $5 and it was sealed, so why not? Roadsters on the Game Boy Color. This was actually a pretty fun racing game. That's all I can really say about it. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Rad Racer. If you remember that game back in the day on Nintendo, just without the 3D effect, I would say. Yeah, the game is even compatible with the Game Boy printer. But what's scary about this game is that if you look at it, it says published by Titus. So, ugh. But this is actually one of their good games they put out. Well, I'll go with this one. This one I got for cheap. This is a hidden gem on this for shoot 'em ups, I would say. Let me fix my case here. I got this for $11 out there. A Danny Phantom in Urban Jungle. A lot of people don't know this is a pretty cool shoot 'em up game. I don't know too much about the series that came on Nickelodeon, but all I know is this game is actually pretty fun, and playing it on the Game Boy Player, it does this game justice as well. So if you see this one out there, I would say, especially if you like shooters, it might be something you want to add to the collection. If not, you know, I don't know, but like I said, you guys judge by the footage you're seeing. Alright, and next up, go with this one. Terminator 2 for the Game Boy. This is based off the arcade game, the rail shooter arcade game. I believe there's 2 Terminator 2 games for the Game Boy. One is like a side-scrolling, and then this one's like the rail shooter. Happy that I picked this one up. Is it good on the Game Boy Color? I mean, Game Boy? Good enough, I would say. I mean, shoot. I mean, I think it's good enough. I mean, it's not on level arcade, but it's still cool that they were able to kind of put this game on the Game Boy. So, Terminator 2. Then we have, I'll go with this one. Mickey's Dangerous Chase, which is the one I was looking for when I went to Arizona. I passed up on this one at the Game On Expo at the store I went to. And when I went back to visit X, we went back to the store, and I said, man, I know they still had that game because no one's going to buy it. And they still had it in there, so I picked it up this time. So I just really like the Mickey games from back in the day. They're a lot of fun. And I wanted to make sure I collected this one because it was in box and everything like that. So these are based off of the Crazy Castle series, if you guys remember those, like Bugs Bunny, Crazy Castle. These are kind of like the same games in a way. But there's that. I talked about this one in my last Hidden Gems video for the Game Boy Advance. This is Black Belt Challenge. And this game, dude, this game is awesome, man. I mean, for a 2D game for the Game Boy Advance, 2D fighter game made from the ground up. A lot of people don't know about this game, unfortunately. It didn't come to America, unfortunately, and it's a shame. It's a simplistic fighting game, but it has a lot of fun to it. I mean, they have like certain moves you could do. You can knock enemies up into the air and do certain moves, but to do those moves is kind of weird. You have to kind of memorize them because they'll show the commands you have to input for them, but the commands will disappear, so you have to kind of like really see it fast and then try to remember it to do special moves. But either way, still a lot of fun. Has good music to it. Really happy to have this one. No one really knows about this game. Extremely rare. Not expensive, but it's just extremely rare, especially to find in box. But if you see Black Belt Challenge out there, you might want to pick this one up. That does it for the Game Boy stuff. Oh my god, we are almost done. I'm so freaking happy. Wait, there's more Game Boy stuff. Kyle hooked it up with these too, I forgot. Prince of Persia for the Game Boy. Everybody knows they played Prince of Persia back in the day when they were in school and elementary school. When you had your little time on the computer, and sometimes you sneak over and play those Prince of Persia games or Oregon Trail. Prince of Persia, man, was pretty crazy, man, because I remember when you had to get past those spikes, man, you had to walk past them. If you ran past those spikes, you get caught on them, and that was game over. Floor panels falling under you, making you land on spikes. It was pretty crazy stuff. Really good series, though. Then we have The Hunt for Red October. I still have never seen the movie for this. I don't know. I know it's considered good, but I've never seen it. And the game, I don't know too much about as well. But like I said, happy to have that. Then we have another game I bought back over the years. This is Blazblue Continuum Shift Extend for the Vita. So got this back in the collection again. And now, oh man. I had a straggling PS3 game, a straggler in here. White Knight Chronicles for PS3. I gotta be honest, this is more of what I would say, like kind of a collection piece. If you want to play White Knight Chronicles, get Part 2. Part 2 is the one you want to get because it actually comes with Part 1 included on there. So this one is just more like to complete the set, I guess. But I had fun with these games when they were back when they first came out for the story. But Part 2 is way better. And then I don't know what this game is called. Jason, oh man, me and Jason, we talked about this series because Jason watched the anime series of this before, and I keep forgetting what it's called. But I might have already shown this in the pickups video, but just show it again, just in case. If anybody knows what this game is, let me know. I totally forgot what it was. And now we're down to my last 2 games. Oh my god, I'm so happy to be done with this. We got Season 2 from Sam & Max Beyond Time and Space. This is like one of Telltale's first games that on the Wii, I believe. They pretty much play like Back to the Future games, the Jurassic Park, and all the other Telltale games where you point, walk, and click on stuff or whatever like that, or react with stuff. They're pretty cool, but they were actually making games like putting the full game on the disc before, instead of doing like episodic like they do now with stuff. So it's kind of cool. But 7 Max, I've never been really big fans of them. I don't know, just because of the way the series looks or whatnot. But still, if you like those type of games, this might be something you want to pick up. And the last game on the list is Ys Memories of Celceta for the PS4. Oh man, I got this the last game I got when I was in Arizona, when Best Buy got it, and I never had beat the Vita version. And I said when I got this version, I said I'm definitely gonna beat this one, and I really enjoyed it. It started off kind of slow, but it really picked up, and I liked it. Beat the game. Only thing I didn't like about the game is, I guess, the ending. Man, the ending was kind of like just, man, they just went with the flow on it. I guess they were trying to push it out. It's not a bad ending or anything like that, but compare it to like something like Ys. Dawn of Ys. I felt Dawn of Ys had an awesome ending in a way, but better than that one at least. But you guys be the judge. But the actions here, action RPG, a lot of fun. Like it really kind of same formula as Ys 8 pretty much. And you have 3 characters you get to switch between during battles. They all play differently, which is nice. So you can always change up the battles. Yeah, that's about it in this game, guys. So, but I'm gonna talk about with this game anyways. But anyways, guys, that is my pickups video. I'm sorry it took me so long. Sorry if I seemed unmotivated while doing it. It's just that this stuff's been sitting in the game room in this crate for a long time, and I just kind of like just want to get it out to you guys. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed putting these out for you guys. I'm gonna get to work on my next pickups video because that stuff is sitting in here too. So I want to get that done and get this place nice and neat again. But anyways, guys, Radical Reggie, and I will see you all later.